This is 2 West Coast.
You in my own thing. And if you got a problem with that, then the need that go bang, 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 bang. And I'll be everywhere on the map, but I rep that West. I rep that West. I rep that West. I rep that West. I rep that West.
Come on.
I rep that West. I rep that West. I rep that.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jamie from Fifield Fabrications. We're going to give you a little review on the current model Kenwood DDX470. We just want to show you some of the features and functions and some of its compatibility and let you check it out and make a decision for yourself what you like. Here we have the Kenwood DDX470 AM/FM CD DVD with Bluetooth. It is satellite radio ready, so you can add satellite to it. It's iPod compatible with their cable. You can also do Bluetooth audio streaming with Android, and there is an app I believe that you can download for the actual Android that allows you to access stuff on your iPhone, your Android phone, excuse me, as if it was like an iPod, so you can go through playlists and artists and things like that. You can get that information on Kenwood's website. But this particular piece on the rear, if we take a look at the back of it, you can see you have your audio video in, you have a video out, camera, your camera actual input, you have a rear video separate output, and then your RCAs, you have a front and a rear, and if I'm not mistaken, the rear is actually selectable to be a subwoofer output. And you see here you have your satellite port for your satellite tuner from Kenwood. Some of the functionality seems to be decent with this year. Some of the issues in the past, that some of the icons and some of the interaction with it, the user interfacing was a little bit slow. But if you hit the menus and things like that, it actually appears to respond pretty quickly, which is good. Right now what I'm using is I'm actually using with the Kenwood IP202 cable, because all the USBs in this unit are on the rear. It has one USB that's actually dedicated for the Bluetooth. You can maybe see it flashing there in the video. You want to make sure that you don't discard this little chip here, because that little chip is your Bluetooth chip for the radio. And then there is an additional USB that actually is for the iPod or iPhone cable, and it has a separate audio video in that's dedicated for the AV in for the iPod. That's what the IP202 is for. You don't want to use the 22F. That's for a front mount for last year, which had everything in the front. I actually like the fact that all the cables come out the rear because it doesn't create clutter on the front of the unit. But right now I'm running this cable in through an iPhone 4, and it's playing. Audio's coming through, all your information pulls up. You can go through and go to playlists, artists, albums. You can select all that information if you like. One thing that some people are curious on is compatibility with an iPhone 5. I actually have an iPhone 5 here, and if we actually plug this in using an Apple 30 pin to Lightning adapter, it's hard to do one-handed. It'll charge, as you see. It lights it up, and now it's going to actually pull it up on here, and it works as well. So you can use the iPhone 5 with this for audio. To my knowledge, it doesn't do anything with video though, because again, we still have the optical issue with video on the iPhone 5. But yeah, as you can see, it still works. You can still do playlists, artists. You can actually look through everything, which is cool. Yeah, again, it's a whole lot faster than the previous generations of these models. Kenwood's actually, looks like they remedied a lot of that issue. The software was kind of slow. Some of the other things you can do in here with the customizing and things like that, your display, you can change your coloring, the panel colors. You can change, see all the actual lighting on the actual buttons change. you can actually, it has a section where you can input an image for background, and you can, you know, capture that. It shows here. The manual goes into more specifics and details of that. We're not going to do that at the moment. Audio, you got your fade, your balance, your equalizer, which is customizable. If you go there, you go to tone control, that's where you're going to find like your bass, mid bass, and treble adjustments, and more detail of that. Loudness settings, crossover points for front, rear, sub. Yeah, there's a lot of different features in here that you can take advantage of. It does do the Pandora Control with the actual iPhone. Again, if you're plugging it into the cable. Right now I'll hit Pandora, and right now I got to actually launch the app, but there it goes. So now it's actually playing Pandora. It changed on its own, which was actually kind of cool. Some of the other ones in the past you actually had to launch the app, but this one will actually change automatically. And then let's see if I go back to iPod, let's see if it actually changes. And again, I'm using an iPhone 5 right now. And it does. It automatically changes. Some of the other ones in the past, you had to actually like change the app on your phone directly. And looks like Kenwood's actually done a good job of actually remedying that and fixing that for you. But again, this is the Kenwood DDX470 AM/FM CD DVD with satellite capability, Pandora Control using iPhone, iPod Control using the IP202, and Bluetooth audio streaming. All in all, a very good unit. If you have any questions, you can definitely email us if you like at Fifield Fab, Fifield Fab, FAB at yahoo.com, and check out our other products at FifieldFabrications.com or FifieldFab.com. Thanks a lot.